All right, greetings, dear Scorpio. This one is for you. Hi. It's just a little like mini report to get us through towards the end of the month, okay? I'm basing it around the full moon, around the 18th, but it's more like the aftermath as well. So this is the generic astrodoodle for that moment, but we're going to turn this into the Scorpio astrodoodle. Watch this, okay? Whoa, whoa, yeah. So it looks kind of like this. Forget all the sparkles, okay? It's just how it is. Now, over here, I'm putting you on the horizon, okay? And there's the Taurus energy on your opposing horizon, the house of relationship, okay? So that's the axis we're talking about here. This is a horizon. This is what's called a horizon. And this is the horizon. That's the horizon of you, okay? So you probably noticed that the full moon is happening right at the tippy end of its little journey here for the last few days. And then it's going to move into, for the rest of the month, it's going to go through Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and so on, then back over to, and we'll get into the Gemini energy, okay? But for now, as you probably can tell, if you've watched this channel before, there's a huge stellium clustered piled up over here in your 7th house of really important relationships. This 5th house is more to do with the lovey-dovey romantic stuff, okay, over here, the Pisces energy. So you're dealing with some very harmonious energies there now in some ways. Like the Pisces energy is very harmonious for you in terms of true love and everything like that. So you can be in relationship in a very profound, deep, luscious, physical way, measurable way with a soulmate of some kind or other. However, excuse me, there's a lot of like changes and disruptions that are happening here as well, because you know, with the Neptune energy right here, you're very vulnerable to all the most beautiful things of Neptune, but also the most challenging things of Neptune, which can be some of the biggest challenges on Earth, okay? So you've got a lot of opposition here. This is you, Scorpio, okay? But you're facing a lot of opposition from all this Taurus energy. You've got Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Uranus all piled up here, okay? So there's something really profound happening in your love life to the depths of the most important aspect of relationship. What's going on out there from a very significant other, and how is that impacting you? You're going to feel it emotionally, like in your gut, as opposed to intellectually, you know? So if you're getting a rumbly tummy, or you're sensing all this thing, but you don't have language for it yet, that would be normal. So don't worry too much, okay? It's just that it's coming into like full awareness. The moonlight is over there in Scorpio, and the sunlight, which is not here, is way out there in Taurus, and they're in opposition, okay? Then you can't get a more vivid amount of self-awareness than having a full opposition. So you're right deep in the thick of it right now, okay, Scorpio? And that too will change. You know, the energy is going to shift out of Taurus and then over to something else, going through Gemini and then Cancer and all of that, okay? But that's later. Right now, let's just deal with the next few days, okay? Cards are already well shuffled in advance. You know what to do, Scorpio. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, especially if each one is different, and then reinterpret, okay, to suit you, okay? I can only do so much on this little channel. So, on this big channel, you know, I got to stop demeaning myself, okay? Here we go. Now, bless the cards, bless the deck, bless every single card, bless you, Scorpios, bless the channel, bless the technology that we can do this at all. Invite your invisible friends. They are out there all over the place. They're surrounding you. They love to be with you. Let's just say you're right there. You've got your spirit guides and everybody from the great beyond are there with you now. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's look at the weather. What's that like? So you've got the sun. Oh, so there's your reading. Thank you very much. Goodbye. It's been nice knowing you. Cheers. Just kidding. Anyway, so to me, this is an indication that the solar energy that's happening right now with this big 7th house stuff, you know, as scary as it might be, because that's a lot of energy in your 7th house, to me, because it's the Taurus and Pisces energy is very harmonious. I'm not showing it here, but it is. To me, and also Mars is in Cancer up here, there's a lot of really harmonious energy that's working for you, Scorpio. It might be a lot to handle, but I feel that it's really good for you, and it's happening at a very, very deep, profound level, and it's shaking up your world. Shake, rattle, and roll over here. You see Uranus right over here? Uranus and Taurus. It's shaking up the life of a significant other in a way that's good for you, and it's shaking you up in relationships in a way that's good for you. Breaking out of fossilized ways of beliefs, fossilized ways of being, so that you can like awaken and be happy. Just be happy, okay? The sun is out there. The energy of the sun is out there, and it wants you to make the best of this period in time. What is the situation? Okay, you're worried. You're worried that it's not true. You're worried, like, it's almost like, because of the polarities, I understand it. Don't worry, okay? If you're really concerned about, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say you're getting a really vivid awareness about the awesomeness of potential things happening for you in love and relationship at a very profound level, and how satisfying that is. If it's almost to the point where like it feels so good, like it can't possibly be true, to the point where you're terrified that terrified of the loss, like. And we haven't even got to the challenge position yet. So with the Five of Pentacles here, you might be feeling like there is such like a beautiful potential there. My hands are on that relationship axis right now. There's so much good here in the 7th house. There's so much yumminess and potential yumminess in the 5th house. But again, with the 7th house, it can be very challenging. It's the house of open enemies. Okay, and then with the 5th house with Neptune there, that's very, very beautiful when it works, but it's really, really difficult when it doesn't work. The flip side of Neptune energy is very hard to handle, especially in the 5th house. Okay, so to me it looks like, this looks like a big question. You're wondering whether, you know, how real is this? How substantial is this? How much do you have invested in love and relationship? And how's it actually working for you in real life, so to speak? Are you with the right person at the right time for the right reasons? Are they with you as the right time in the right place for the right reasons for themselves? In other words, do you have a functional, viable relationship? Do you have a relationship that can endure the hard times? Are you guys, whoever you are, male, female, older, younger, race, creed, whatever, it doesn't matter. Are you ready, willing, and able to handle the hardship of relationship when things get tough? Let's say somebody gets badly injured and finances are affected. That's an obvious scenario here. What happens if like you're in a household where you depend on dual incomes? What happens if one of the incomes fails? What happens if your income fails? How are they going to handle it? What happens if their income fails? How are you going to handle it? Okay? How are you going to manifest all the wonders and the potential that's there in the face of, let's face it, opposition and disillusionment and potential losses, potential losses and potential opposition? So I'm presenting the flip side of the energy. The juiciness is good here. The beauty and the wonder is beautiful over here. But the flip side of all of that is like an awful, almost unspeakable, unthinkable scenario. Question is, can you handle it? You're very extreme at times, Scorpio. So like the chances are you can handle it, but it feels to me like you're really being stretched to your abilities. Okay? What is the challenge with this? Okay, to me, it feels like it's like you're being called into your truth here, and it's very uncomfortable. It's like, oh my gosh, maybe you prayed for this, you wanted this, you wished for this, and now you have some of the raw core ingredients about a really loving relationship dynamic that's potentially there for you, or it exists already to some degree, and everything is potentially good about it. But as a spiritual being who happens to be hanging out here with Tarot Lumination on this channel, you are aware of the flip side. And the flip side of having something so good is the loss of something so good. In other words, You know, a lot of people settle for mediocrity because they don't want to deal with the extremes of how amazing it is to have a really, really loving, profound, substantial, solid, enduring relationship, because the fear of loss of all of that is almost unbearable. So a lot of people, rather than going for the best of the best and accepting and receiving all the stuff that's out there, knowing that there's the potential to lose all that, because that's what happens when you're a human being, okay? A lot of people settle for mediocrity, but that's typically not you, Scorpio. So you end up in a situation like, now you have to face yourself like, oh my gosh, can I actually handle this? Can I handle the truth about what's actually happening in my life in terms of love and relationship? And this isn't even love and relationship reading, okay? That's how the cards are playing out from my perspective. And you can reinterpret it as you want. I mean, a lot of you are really adept with cards anyway, so just go for it. So the challenge to me is like, can I handle this? Can the relationships handle this? Am I able to maintain my truth, my integrity, my honor, my self-respect, my dignity, no matter what? I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know. So it feels to me like you're really being stretched to the absolute limits of your abilities, okay, in terms of love and relationships. So how are we going to handle that? Okay, let's just call it out. Let's just call it out for what it is. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, instead of, you know, a lot of people, when they're facing something this extreme, they would like skirt around it or imagine, oh, this isn't really happening. Let's just go for the mediocre, like the vanilla, the plain, gentle approach. Oh, you know, let's just, you know, some people go into relationships, and as soon as it starts to get awkward, it's like they give themselves permission, like, I don't need this anymore. Like, you dump me, I'll dump you. You want to be the dumpy, or shall I be the dumpy? I don't know. Anyway, let's get over it. Let's start again. Let's do something else. And you undersell yourself, Scorpio. You diminish yourself. You obliterate all the potential for the good because you're scared that you can't handle and maintain like the self-respect and dignity and honor that has to come when you go into a very deep, profound relationship where you will be tested to the maximum, okay? And so my feeling is, with the purpose of this reading is actually to call that out and state this and put it on the table here so that you're aware of it. I'm not trying to predict the future or how to do any of this stuff. I just think that this particular reading is like a loud message, Please understand that this is how extreme it is for you, Scorpio, at times, and you need to face this. It's time to be like a truth caller for yourself. Call out this truth on yourself, and then being willing to live with that, okay? And then it's almost like, okay, I'm calling out myself, like, okay, I have to be honorable in order to enjoy and live in this much light and have this much love and enjoy all the wonders of this, however challenging it is, and all the potential beauty and magic of this, however challenging it is. I, the Scorpio, I have to be aware of how challenging it is and how I will be challenged. And I have to be prepared, I, the Scorpio, have to be prepared to handle the hard times when they come along. And that is the truth of the matter. And I, Scorpio, I have to admit this to myself. I have to call myself out. I have to be a whistleblower on myself and then admit it and understand it and go forth accordingly. All right. Thank you very much, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to put one little card of surrender here for you. It's the healing power of surrender, how to evolve, adapt, grow, and blossom through the art of letting go. I know you know what that means. No jumpers, excuse me. That just flew out of there. I'm not going to look at it. I don't take that as significant right now, okay? Hope you don't mind. I'm just going to go for a shuffle, and I'm going to pull a card for you. You'll just have to trust in Tarot Lumination for this. Of course, you can reinterpret however you want. Excuse the sparkles. I think they're actually kind of lovely. So let's see what we've got here. You know, with the art of surrender, it's very hard on the ego because the ego always wants to prevail, win, 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 get, have, be right, be right, be right, be right. And yet with the power of surrender, it seems to be very contradictory, okay? Here we go. Let's see what comes up for you. There's no book that goes with this, okay? So we can really indulge ourselves, all right? Let's have a look. Here is your card. Surrender to non-action, okay? So it says here, this is almost like she's got like a little, like, I don't know if you can see it very well, but she's actually wearing a little crown that has like a kind of a unicorn horn on it. Very magical. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you, okay? So the way I look at it is, in other words, stand your ground, okay? Maintain your integrity, hold your place in this world, understand and accept that the lights are shining on you. When I call the lights, I'm talking about the sun and moon. They're right on you, okay? Moon and sun, okay? Plus you've got all the other lights from here and from here in harmonious ways. Just be in that, and then allow this energy here to come to you, the energy of love and the energy of the energy of true love and romance over here, and the energy of the profound sense of relationship. Let all of that come to you, okay? Right now, you don't have to go hunting. You don't have to go gathering, male or female, no matter. Just stay centered, be you, surrender to non-action, and let them show themselves. Let them show their colors, okay? Let those come to you, when then consider making decisions about what to do. The important thing is to be you right now, to be in the core center of you. Get back to your integrity. Call yourself out. Anyway, I'm going to leave this as it is. I hope that helps you. Thank you very much. I just want to check out with you in person, if you don't mind, because people have been asking for that, so I'm starting to do it more and more. I hope you don't mind. Let's have a look. Hi, Scorpios. Greeting, this is Tarot Lumination. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this helps you. Subscribes, likes, comments, it all helps. And check out your notification settings. Very, very important, okay? Also, memberships really, really helps the channel. Check out all the links below. If you need anything more, check out the links. Go to the tarotlumination.com stuff. Thank you so, so much. All the best. And we'll see you soon, okay? Bye-bye. There is your reading, okay? So I'm going to check it out and have a good one, all right?